Hey, it's Jennifer from Happiness is Homemade For, and welcome to my channel. Alright y'all, are you ready to do some patriotic crafting using pretty much everything from Dollar Tree? So crafting on a budget, and if it's not from Dollar Tree, it's even cheaper than Dollar Tree. So I've got quite a few different ideas. So, as always, I am going to adjust the camera, that way you can see exactly what we're gonna do. So, okay. Okay, for our first project, I have several bags of the little mini flags from Dollar Tree. You get 3 inside of here for $1.25. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna open these up. Alright, so the flag is glued onto here. What you're gonna have to do is, you got a couple options. You can either take you like a sharp pair of scissors or a box cutter, and you can just like cut like straight up the back here, but you don't want to cut your flag completely off. Or you just kind of work it, just go up and down, start at the top, come down, and just kind of work that glue loose. And I have noticed, because I tried this earlier, I've noticed some come off really easy, and there's others I've really had to work at it. But I'd rather work at it than cut it completely off. Yeah, so I can tell like right here, there's a little thing of glue holding that on there. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is, because I've got it loose here and here, this is really stuck right there. So, for you too, I'm gonna take these little sharp scissors that I have, and I'm not cutting the stitch. I'm not gonna cut where the stitch is. I'm gonna try to go like right up here. Just kind of like stab that in there. And just where it's glued, I can now stick like my fingernail in there, and I can work it loose from that glue. Alright, so now that I finally worked that loose, so now I have my flag. Alright, let's try another one together and see if it comes off any easier. Yeah, see, it's gonna work that up, push that up, kind of work it back. So, start up here, do the exact same thing. All I'm trying to do is just work it loose from the glue. Thank goodness there's not like glue all the way up it. It's just usually like a little spot here and there. But the main thing is I want to keep this white band intact. That's why I'm trying not to cut it, because of what we're going to do. You're going to want that right there. Alright, I got this one. Push that up. Kind of work that glue loose. Okay, come at the top. See if the top is kind of loose. Alright, here's what I'm going to do, because I have several of these to do. So, right here where it's glued, like I worked it loose all the way up to that point. Yeah, I'm going to stick my scissors in there, and I'm just going to slowly cut this right at the back. But, like I said, I'm trying to stay in the center, not go towards the front, and I definitely don't want to get the stitching. Get my fingernail in there and get that glue loose. Alright, so you just have to keep working at it. Just try to get that glue to kind of like pop loose. Come loose, kind of twist it. Yep, just like that. Alright. Like I said, you just want to try to make sure you keep the white intact. Alright. So now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the exact same thing to these right here. Alright, now that I got all of these off of the poles, I did have to cut some of them kind of in the back, and if you have to, that's fine. Do it, because some of them, even the flag itself, was glued to that pole. So, like this one, I really had like kind of cut up the back. But like I said, it's on the back side. See, it's on the back side, cut open, but the front is still intact. So that's all that matters, even this one. That one really got stuck. Don't worry about the back side. As long as your front looks good. Alright, now that I got a bunch of these cut off, we're now going to take red, white, and blue. This is ribbon from Dollar Tree. This is just some satin, right? Yeah, this is just some satin ribbon from Dollar Tree. Use whatever ribbon you want or what you already have at home. But y'all, what we're going to do, I'm going to take like the red right here. Can hold it. I'm going to make a loop. This is the way I'm doing this. I'm just going to make a loop, and I'm going to make another loop, like little bunny ears, little loops like that. And then we're just gonna twist it over and pull it. I think a lot of people maybe like tie their shoes like this. Loop, swoop, and pull, little bunny ears. Alright, so now do that. I'm going to adjust my loops to get them how, you know, I want them. Alright, and then once you get the size loop that you want, go ahead, just cut that off for now. So I'm going to do some red ones. Alright, so I got the red. Same thing I'm going to do with the blue one. I'm going to have my little tail right here. I'm just going to make a loop. And then I'm going to make another loop. Just like that, like little bunny ears. I'm going to cross them. I'm going to pull that through. Let me adjust that. Alright, and then kind of get my little loops right. And then pull them. Once again, I'm just going to play with this, adjust it. All right, so my goal is I want these to all be pretty much about the same size of each other. That's pretty close. All right, it's not going to be exact or perfect, and that's okay. Going to cut that off for now. All right, and then I'm going to take my white one. Same thing. Have a tail, make a loop. Just like that. And then I'm going to make another loop, just 2 little loops. I'm going to cross them over, pull it through, and then pull that. Now once again, I'm going to adjust this and play with it until I get them about the exact same size of those 2. Alright, I'm going to cut that one. Alright, so you see, we just did red, white, and blue. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a few more of each color, doing the exact same thing. Alright y'all, I got a bunch of red, white, and blue little ribbons tied right here. Now, this one right here, I made this one a little bit bigger than the rest of them. So we're going to start with this one. I'm so excited for this. Alright, I'm going to take my first flag, my bigger ribbon. I mean, it's the same ribbon, I just made the bow bigger. All right, y'all. Now, you're gonna take your hot glue gun. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue on the white. Let me zoom you. Okay, just like right here on the white part of the flag. I'm gonna put a little thing of hot glue right there. And I'm gonna put my bow right there into that hot glue. Now, I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna push that bottom loop into that hot glue. And try not to hot glue that to my counter. Alright, so look, this bow is now hot glued onto the flag. Alright, now here is where it gets so cute. Alright, so now you're going to take your next flag. Alright, so we got red. Now I'm going to take a white bow. And you have to decide for yourself what you want your spacing to be like. Alright, so now I'm going to take right here, I'm going to take my hot glue gun, I'm going to put a dot of hot glue right there towards the edge. I'm going to lay my bow right there into it. Take my scissors, push down on that, hot glue that right there. Then right here on my next flag, same thing, a little bit of hot glue right there on the white part. And then I'm going to lay my bow once again, right into that hot glue. Look, just like that. Okay, now, just gonna keep on rotating, working. Make sure your flags are all the same direction. I'm gonna take a blue one now. Same thing, on this one right here on the edge. A little dot of hot glue. Go ahead and lay my bow right there into that hot glue. Same thing, come right here. So hot glue right there under that one. Get my little loop, kind of get my flags how I want them, once again real quick. And I'm going to lay that into that hot glue. Okay, so now, look how cute. So, got the blue, I'm going to adjust this so you can see it. I'm going to take my next flag, get my spacing, and now we'll grab another red bow. Put a little hot glue just right there. Lay my bow down into it. Right, and now we'll put hot glue over here on this one, on this white part only. Okay, look how cute. Now, this is where you have to decide how big you want this. How long, where you gonna put this. So, I really haven't decided yet either. So I definitely want to repeat. I got red, a little hot glue. Go ahead and do a little hot glue right there. And then lay my bow into the hot glue. And kind of as you go, you'll figure out like a rhythm, like what works best for you. Okay, got that. Now, one more flag. And then hot glue. A little bit on the white, a little bit on the white. And then I'll take my bow and just lay my bow into it. Went ahead and did another like red, white, and blue. Now, to end mine right here, I'm gonna go ahead, that same ribbon, but I want to make a larger red bow, just like I did on the first one. Do larger loops. Push that through. Alright, so now, the end of my ribbon, all I'm gonna do, I just wanna cut each one just a little angle. You know, just kind of make it look a little bit neater. So, just cut that across, a little angle. Alright, same thing. Let me adjust you here. I'm going to put hot glue just on the end, right here, of the white, right there. And then I'm going to take my loop and just hot glue the bottom onto there. Alright, what I'm going to do, because I don't like how wrinkled all of these are, I'm just going to take just a cutting board right here on my countertop. I had to dig this out of the laundry room. I do not iron anything, and I had to like wipe the dust off of it because I am not an ironer. But I set it on acrylic because I'm not sure what this material is, but I'm just gonna lightly go over each one of these flags. Yeah, see, that worked great. So I did that one. Yeah, see how like it curls up and it's got all these folds in it from how they were in the bag. So once again, I'm just gonna lay that flat and I'm just gonna go over it and try to iron out the wrinkles. Yes, this is working perfectly. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. I love it. I cannot wait to like officially decorate, but I love how big and beautiful that is right there. All right, next project. All right, now I've got these 2-pack of Patriotic bows from Dollar Tree, $1.25, but you get 2 of them. So I grabbed several of these. It's up to you, like once again, what you're gonna do with this. But what we're gonna do is, they got these gold twist ties on them, but it's also holding the bow itself together. So Bailey's on the floor right here, kind of snoring. All right, so I'm gonna give this some good tight twist. I don't need all of this gold. See, it's like a twist tie, like a red tie. I'm just gonna take some scissors and I'm gonna trim off quite a bit. Not all of it though. Just kind of leave, see that, like just a little bit of little tail. And just kind of bend and push that so the back is completely flat. Once again, I'm gonna take this one, give it some good tight twist, and then I'm going to cut, scissors, cut that, just leave like a short little tail, you see that right there? And just bend it, push it, so my back is completely flat. Same thing, I'm gonna pull all of these off here. Some good tight twist. I'm gonna cut it short. Bend that over. Same thing, some good tight twist because I don't want my bow to come undone. Cut a short little tail and then just bend and push that over. Make it nice and flat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a few more of them. Okay, so now that I got all of these trimmed up, I cut it really short on the back and then bent it over so it's nice and flat. Now, y'all, this is gonna be so easy, so cute. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bows, the bigger loops are at the bottom, so you got two smaller ones at the top, and then your two bigger loops. Are you ready for this? Once again, take your hot glue gun, okay, the corner of my bigger bow right there. I'm just gonna put a little thing of hot glue right there. I'm gonna take my other bow, same thing, the bigger loop, do the two corners together. Be careful not to burn yourself. If you need to use scissors or something, do that, or the little finger protectors from Dollar Tree. Right? Hot glue those two together. Same thing. I'm gonna put hot glue on the end of this one, right here, right there in the corner. Take my next bow, the larger one. You don't need a lot of hot glue. I just use a little too much right there. Right? We're just gonna keep moving along. A little hot glue in the corner of your bigger bow. Take your next bow. Right, and I'm gonna hot glue those two together. Like that. Same thing. Hot glue in the corner. Take my next bow. Okay. We're just gonna keep moving along. I'm little hot glue. Yeah, a little hot glue in the corner. And my next bow. Once again, if you're gonna do this, think about where you would put this. So that way you know like how many that you would need. If you're just gonna do like a small area, you know, if you're trying to do like a mantle or a doorway, or maybe just like in front of a window or something would be really cute. I still don't know where I'm putting this one. We're gonna find out together though. All right, yes, I love easy, no sew, nothing too hard, not too many steps. This right here is cute. It's beautiful actually because it's patriotic. Just that beautiful red, white, and blue. Like bows, like ribbon are really popular now, like big bows to decorate with. You could do this in any colors, any kind of ribbon. All right, now that I've got these hot glued together, all right, so I got 10 here, so that means I only used 5 packages, which is what, $6.25? All right, so I have 5 packages that I've used. Now, y'all, we're going to decorate with this really quick. What I had to do is, and think about where you're gonna put this before you start cutting, because what I did is really quick. I went ahead, I untwisted the end one, and I had to put a bread tie. If I would have left it alone, I could have used the end, which is fine. I always keep like twist ties, like bread ties in a junk drawer. So I just added that to the little gold right here, just pinched it back down on there. All right, now let's decorate with this really quick. All right, so got the beautiful patriotic banner we just made of the bows. Put that up here. That's over here. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look how pretty that looks on my mom's hut. I love it, especially against the white. So simple, yet so easy and beautiful. I love that. I am going to show you really quick. So this is the kitchen, of course now facing the living room. You can see the back. I was going to put this on the mantle, so I didn't even think about that. But what I'm going to do is, like say the blue right here, all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take another blue one, put a little thing of hot glue right in the center of the back, just like a little thing of hot glue right there of this blue one. Squeeze those two together. Now, when you're in the kitchen or if you're in the living room, both sides are going to be beautiful. Yeah, so like when we're done, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll do it to all of the rest of them. Okay, I have one of these gold, it's not really a picture frame, it's more a chalkboard from Dollar Tree. They had this one. It also came in this shape. So $1.25 for these right here. We're gonna use this one today. All right, now if you have some rub and buff to kind of like go over it, maybe like distress it a little bit, kind of like age it, kind of take away some of that yellowness of it, but I can't find mine, so we're just gonna go with this for right now. All right, just go ahead and get your backing off of it. All right, don't need that right now. I am gonna take this right here. I've got this blue and white gingham, I guess like scrapbook paper. This is from Hobby Lobby. It was only 69 cents, but every other week it goes 40% off at Hobby Lobby. Even cheaper, even if you get it for 69 cents, it's still cheaper than Dollar Tree. So, I'm gonna take this right here. I'm just gonna go down in the corner because I don't wanna waste this beautiful paper. That way we can use it on something else later. Let's put it on there. I'm just gonna take a pin. I'm gonna trace that out. Okay. And then of course, I'm gonna cut it out. Okay, got that cut out. I've got this big glue stick thing that I got from Dollar Tree years ago. I'm just gonna take this right here. All right, I'm gonna go, just kind of go around the edges with this. You can use Mod Podge, glue stick, hot glue, crafting glue, whatever you have and want. I don't even know how sticky this is. The brand is Bostic right here. Like I said, I got this years ago at Dollar Tree. I love when I find like name brand crafting things. And I'm just gonna put some right here in the center. Just get it nice and gluey. Okay. Get that down. I'm gonna stick this on here. Alrighty. Get that rubbed on really good. Like I said, use whatever, double-sided tape, whatever you want to use. Alright, so now that that is glued onto there, y'all, we are gonna take the Patriotic Hallmark cards from Dollar Tree. You get 4 for $1.25. They have these year round. This is just over with all of the cards. It's usually kind of like a little side cap full of like the thank you cards, you're invited, but they have these beautiful flags. So it is a card, you can open it up. I don't need it to open, so I'm just gonna go ahead, just right where it's folded, I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna go ahead for now. I'm gonna stick this back into here. Stick that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the back on it. Alright, so now I got that put back together. Now, we're gonna take our beautiful little card. I'm gonna take this right here. Same thing, I'm gonna put glue on the back side of this. Okay, but I am also, because I want this to be a quick dry, I'm gonna put hot glue just on the back side, just a little, kind of like in the 4 corners. All right, now just to center it up and get it placed on there. Alright, now rub that on there and press really firm. That way your glue adheres, if you use glue, you know. If not, just use your hot glue or that crafting glue. Oh my gosh, how cute is this right here? Home Goods, TJ Maxx was selling something very similar, like on a larger scale, but that's adorable. I love that, and if I can find that rub and buff, that gold buff and stuff, I may go over it, but if not, that still is so cute. Okay, now I have got one of these little wooden picture frames from Dollar Tree. They always have these craft square section. So let's go and get this plastic off of this really quick. This little dowel rod right here, you stick it in the back, and that is what makes your picture frame stand up. Alright, so we're gonna take this right here. Now, I have this beautiful red, white, and blue. Very patriotic. You got a little bit of green on here. Once again, from Hobby Lobby, 59 cents. So cheap. But also, every other week, it goes 40% off of that. So, we're going to take this, our frame, turn that over. That way I can really see what I'm doing. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead, trace this out. Okay. Now I got that traced out, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And y'all, I cannot cut straight for nothing, so hopefully I'm going to get this cut out pretty good. Okay, now that I got that traced out, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn that over. There's my little opening right here to hold this. So, I want to make sure I've got my paper. Make sure your paper is facing the right direction. Turn it over, and then make sure the little hoe is at the bottom. Now, I'm going to get this on here just right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, while this is upside down like this, I'm just going to trace out the inside of this smaller square. Just like that. Just trace that out. Now, I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to take my scissors, get a little fold, and I'm going to cut a slit. Right now, I'm going to cut out the inside of this. Alright, so got that cut out. Alright, now, what I'm going to go ahead and do, even though so I don't scratch my countertop, I am going to take some white apple barrel paint, Walmart. This is my favorite paint to craft with, apple barrel. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that white paint, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to paint around the outside, like the edges of this right here. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this white paint, and I'm going to go ahead and paint around the whole outside edge of it. I kind of thought about staining it too, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with the white right now. Okay, so now that I have the whole outside edge painted white, I'm also going to do like the inside, kind of like around the little opening right here. Okay, yeah, just like right down in here. Let's go ahead and paint that too. Alright, so now that I got that painted white, what we're going to do is make sure the little hoe is at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to take some Mod Podge. This is from Dollar Tree. Alright, I'm just going to brush some Mod Podge on here. Alright, just get a nice, good coating on here, especially around the edges. I got a little too much on here, but you know what, that's alright. Just make sure you get everything coated. Alright, so once you have a nice good layer on there, take your scrapbook paper, whatever scrapbook paper you use. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to rub it on here really, really well. Really like focusing on the edges too. Yeah, let's get that rubbed on there really good. Really like focus on your edges. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take our fingernail file. You can use a sanding block, sandpaper, whatever you want. Yeah, and this right here, we'll take like any like scrapbook paper that's kind of like hanging over the edges or anything. So I'm just going to go around it and just clean this up real quick. Yeah, can you kind of tell? See right there? I'm going to do the same thing around the inside of it too. Alright, I like to use a fingernail file because it's easy control. Like I can hold on to this and really get into like small little areas. So that's why I like using a fingernail file. But now I'm also going to take Mod Podge and I'm going to put like a layer on the top. That way, because of this being paper, I don't want to take a chance of it like scratching, especially like, you know, in storage or something. So, and don't worry, Mod Podge dries clear if you're not familiar. But I'm just gonna brush on a little, that was way too much once again. Just a little coat, just like a thin layer right over top. Y'all, look how beautiful this is. And that top coat, that Mod Podge dried completely clear on there. So now it's not gonna like rip and tear easy, especially like if I put it in a tote or something to put away. But now we've got to put a picture in here. I have this picture of the 5 of us. You know, that's Presley's fiance. Of course, my husband, me, Presley, Riley, and then that is Presley's fiance. So I'm going to use this picture because it's all 5 of us. Now, I just got to figure out my placement for it really quick. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down right there. I think that's kind of like the best. Be able to like to see. Of course, the guys on the side. Just gonna put like a little line up there. I'm also gonna do one like right down here. Now, I'm gonna take the dog that was actually in there. That way I know to like start it right there. Line that up. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that off right there. Alright, so get our picture back in here. I'll turn the dogs backwards. Right there. Push our little tabs down. Alright, look, I got our picture in there. Now, take that little dowel rod, put that back there in that little hole. And then look how beautiful. Y'all, this is Patriotic red, white, and blue. But this also is just beautiful. Spring, summer, all year round, whatever your decor is. But I love that. And I love, look, to mix that together, like decorating, because I love that blue, white gingham with this print. Y'all, I love this so much. All right, now I have this 3-pack of stars from Dollar Tree. So let's open this up because it's 3 different sizes in here, which is great. Yeah, again, this is just the Crafter Square section of Dollar Tree. All right, so you obviously, all right, so you got your large one, your medium, and your small. So what I want to do is, I need to paint the edges, but I'm gonna do that last because there's something I wanna do. So I had to run to pick up Riley from work. I ran into Hobby Lobby to get more scrapbook paper because y'all, I'm telling you, I love this. And right now, this whole week of June, what is today, 9th? Yeah, this whole week of June 9th, scrapbook paper is 40% off. So cheap. All right, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take the larger star. I'm gonna turn this upside down. I always try to get close to the edges. That way I don't like waste so much. But all I'm gonna do is trace out my star really quick. Alrighty, trace that out. I'm gonna cut this out really quick. Alright, so I got this one cut out. Now, for the beautiful floral, I'm gonna do the medium-sized one, but I would like a good kind of mixture of red, white, and blue. Alright, turn this over, do the same thing, trace out on the back side of this. Alright, I'm gonna cut that out. Alright, so now we have both of these cut out. Now, guess what? You got it! We are going to Mod Podge. I cannot find my big thing. I can't find more of my normal Mod Podge. I'm just gonna use this. I mean, it's like the dishwasher safe one. It doesn't matter. I just need it to stick. Get my star that we cut out. Alright, so I'm just going to rub that on there really good. Make sure I don't have any like air pockets or wrinkles. Alright, got that Mod Podged. Now I'm going to take our smaller one. Some Mod Podge. I'm going to brush this on here really quick. Right. Take this beautiful one right here. lay that on there. Alright, get that rubbed on there really, really well. Alright, same thing we did before. So take my Mod Podge. I'm going to brush on a top layer once again, just to kind of protect this, that way it doesn't like tear easy. Alright, so same thing. I'm going to take my fingernail file, just go along the edges, kind of clean up anything hanging over the sides. Alright, so now that we got the little white star painted, I have, and I just got these at Hobby Lobby. This is like a navy blue, but I thought the font was kind of neat. It was $2.49, but 40% off of that. Stickers, scrapbook paper, all that kind of stuff is 40% off this week. So I want to use this. So one sheet is capital letters, and the other sheet is lowercase, but it also has numbers. So because this is so small, I thought this would be perfect. I want to take, I'm thinking this is going to be like a perfect size for this little star. I'm just going to kind of like sit it for a second. I'm not going to rub it down or anything. Okay, it should be a little too small. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so I want to do 1776. But before I start like actually putting these on here, like rubbing them, like pressing them down, I want to get them situated first. Alright, so messing with that, I finally got those on there pretty centered. Go ahead and push those down. Also, I noticed on the same sheet, there's little periods, decimal points, or whatever. I think I'm going to use some of these too. Oh my gosh, that's also really tiny. Alright, what I'm going to do, see, I'm going to put those little like decimal points into each point of the star. Alright, finally got, those were teeny tiny. I probably shouldn't got my tweezers, so if you do something like this, maybe get some tweezers. Alright, I just went and found a red Sharpie because I feel like it needs a little bit of red on here. Alright, I think I'm just going to kind of just do a little, shoot, got a little too carried away. Alright, so I just did that right there. I just took, I think this is actually a lowercase L. Yeah, I took the L, like a little lowercase L from here, stuck it underneath, and just did two little dots on the opposite side of it. Alright, it just needed a little something. Alright, so now we're going to take our larger star. One of those little blocks to be painted. So the sides that I left unpainted, that is where the hot glue is going to go. So I'm going to put hot glue, like I said, on the unpainted side. Kind of stick it right about right here. Alright, now I'm going to take our beautiful medium-sized star. I'm going to put hot glue on the top of this little block. Alright, make sure my star is facing the right way. Alright, so we're looking like that. Now, I want to take the smaller one. I'm going to take this little block right here. Once again, hot glue where it's not painted. Kind of spread that out. I'm going to put it up here at the top of my little star. Right here at the top of the point. Alright, and then our little star. Once again, put a little hot glue and I'm going to spread that out. Alright, so now we've got all that attached. Now, the little white letters that we painted. Alright, so I'm going to put some hot glue on the back of our S. Alright, so I want this to be up high, center, and high. Alright, so I want my S to be like up high and centered. So that's why I'm starting with the S first. Alright, take our U. I'm going to do our A really quick. All right. I got that on there. Of course, it's a little off, but you know what? That honestly, that is crafting with me. You know, I always get something a little crooked or off-centered, but that's all right. One of the little wooden crates from Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter if it's closed slats or open slats, just the normal Crafter Square $1.25. Alright, Riley's a vendor's mat again. And I'm just going to paint this whole thing completely white really quick, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so now I got that completely painted white. I did not paint the back side, and you'll see why in just a minute, but I went ahead and painted the inside and all around the other sides. So now what we're going to do is, I've got this beautiful LED candle from Dollar Tree. The cross is so pretty. But for this project, you know, so it kind of matches, I'm just going to turn it around, pull that out of there, make sure this actually works. Yes, okay, it works. So I also have this cascading, really pretty greenery, also from Dollar Tree. I love how it's got like the white tips on it. All right, I'm going to cut some of these stems off. Let's see. So I'm going to wrap this around, kind of almost make like a little wreath, little like candle ring out of it. Tuck that down in there. Alright, so I'm going to take that candle, turn it around backwards, put that down in here. And now I'm just going to take some of these stems and like start filling in just kind of around it. And I also want some to kind of like cascade down. Yeah, just kind of just start sticking them, just pulling them off. I'm just like pulling the little heads off and just shoving them down in there. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to turn this around backwards where I did not paint. I didn't put any paint back here. I'm going to take a hot glue gun, and I'm going to put hot glue on the back side of this right here, these upper corners. Okay, just like that. Alright, and I'm going to stick my star into that hot glue on that. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm hot gluing right at the split, like right here. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look how cute this is. Ah, I love it. Y'all, I struggled with this. I really didn't know what I was going to do with these stars, but I love this. I am really quick because like I said, I added those stickers on there for the 1776 and the little dots. So now that that Sharpie is completely dry, I'm just going to add a little layer of Mod Podge, just right over top all of that. Just paint that on. And then I don't have to worry about these stickers like falling off eventually. Oh my gosh, y'all. I cannot tell you how much I love how every single one of these turned out. And to be honest with you, this one right here, I truly struggled with what to do with these stars. I knew I wanted to use all three of them, but I wanted to do something different. So I think this turned out so pretty. I actually considered putting like God Bless America right here, but with having the USA plus the 1776 up there, I don't know if it would be like too much, but an option if you wanted to is you do like God Bless America. You know, you can just take those same stickers and just like put them down here. But I love this. And like I said, everything but the scrapbook paper is from Dollar Tree. But the scrapbook paper, even if you got it full price, is still a lot cheaper than Dollar Tree. And you can get scrapbook paper pretty much anywhere, like even Walmart sells it. But that right there was so pretty. So I love this. And of course, like I said, I loved that scrapbook paper. And I love, you know, putting the picture of our family in there. I thought about putting like Bailey in here. So if I happen to make another one, it will be Bailey. Yeah, that is too cute. And then this right here, so y'all, so simple, so easy. Love this, and I love that I can actually like prop it up. And all three of these look great together because it's all the same scrapbook paper, but used differently. And then the big garland, oh my gosh, it's seriously like a big impact, you know, especially being able to see it from the living room to the kitchen and putting the bows on the back. I'll show you a close-up of them, of that. And then just, y'all, the patriotic ribbons, just hot gluing those together. So easy. Okay, and then the big large flag garland, that was only 3 packages of the flags. So that's like what, $3.75. And then of course the ribbon is also Dollar Tree, but whatever ribbon you have, use it. And then the other one, I think I used 5 packages. Yeah, so I used 5 packages of these for a total of like $6.25, and then just my hot glue. But, all right, let me know which one is your favorite. And if you plan on like recreating any of these, I would love to know which ones. But this right here, I love that. I mean, you know what? I love them all. It's hard to pick a favorite. The big garland, this right here, oh my gosh, too cute. We may have one more patriotic video this week of crafting, but I also need to decorate. I need to like get stuff out of totes in the garage. And then also, y'all, let me know. Let me know. Would you want to do a patriotic decorate with me? Like, you know, kind of like decorate the house together, front porch, do it together like in a video. Or would you rather me just do it and then just do like a little home tour afterwards? Let me know in like whichever one. I wish I knew how to do a poll. If I can figure out how to do like a voting poll, I'll do that, but I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. So let me know, decorate with me or just a home tour. And we'll just kind of go with like majority wins. All right, but if you enjoyed today's video and you loved all the patriotic crafting, make sure that you give me a thumbs up because it lets me know what you really want to see. You know, are you more into just like the Dollar Tree hauls or do you enjoy like the crafting? But all right, that is it. I hope that you have a wonderful day and I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. All right, so I will show you. Do you see how each one I hot glued the coordinating, I hot glued the bows to the back too. You can kind of tell. So I got one on the front and back. So that way, no matter if you're in the living room, oh really, I don't want to step on you. If you're in the living room or the kitchen, you have pretty bows that you can see.